Hey guys, Team Cricket here, coming at you with another deck profile. Today we are going to be focusing on a red Gallantmon list, which is pretty darn fun if I don't say so myself. Before we get into this fun-filled deck, here is a message from our sponsors.
Hi guys, what's going on? Just here to tell you about Ultimate TCG. Whether your game be Digimon, Vanguard, Dragon Ball, Final Fantasy, or Yu-Gi-Oh!, Ultimate TCG has all the deck box, card sleeves, and cards you need to level up your game experience and take it ultimate. And especially at the moment, using code TCHIT505, that's TCHIT505, you can get 5% off on all orders. Ultimate TCG, give it a go. Now straight back to the video.
Yeah, so let's get straight into it. So we have, as I mentioned, a red Gallantmon list. We will start with the babies for red, and because we're in set 1.5, we have some pretty nice options. We are running 4 Digimon and 1 Koromon. So Digimon is the main red baby that you're going to be seeing a lot of in set 1.5 because it has a really nice inherited effect, which is during your turn, while there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's trash, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. This works also heavily with the deck because there are a lot of things where you want to have your opponent to have cards in their trash. So it's nice just to be able to get some power and to still get a plus from that and work with the what your archetype's trying to do. Koromon is very similar, but it has the while this Digimon has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it gains plus 1000 DP. So the same result and the same bonus in the end, but with a different way of getting there. It's one of those where you're not really disappointed when you get the Koromon out. Which is nice because there are a lot of decks where you run the 5th egg just for added value, but you don't really have a good option for that. But this red really isn't one of them right now. So we will take a peek at the rookies that we are running on the list. We are running 4 Agumon, the inherited effect with Game plus Power Agumon. So it's a 3 cost with a Digivolve cost of 0. It has a DP power of 2000 and it has the inherited effect of, during your turn, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Now, with set 1.5 and from Gallantmon being a 1.0 SR, I believe its power is 11. Let's take a peek. Yes, 11,000. And right now, from set 1.5, a lot of the megas that came out are 12,000. So with your baby and with an Agumon, you're able to swing over them if you want to do that. And just having that variableness and that ability to do that is really nice. And it comes at no real cost to you. So anything that gives you inherited value while not costing you much is fantastic. Another card that can give you some value in inheritables is Gallantmon. I'm not too certain. It's a play cost of 3, a Digivolve cost of 0, and a DP power of 3000. It has the inherited effect of, while there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's trash, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So again, like our babies, our rookies are very similar in that they have the same abilities and the same end result, but with different ways of getting them. So obviously the Agumon is easier to get, but it's nice being able to have the Gallantmon just there to give that additional power if you need to. Running 7 rookies that allow us to gain plus an additional 1000, which means we're going to get to that 13k base for our Gallantmon. To finish off our rookies, we are running 6 of the vanilla 2 costs. Red is one of those where it's not in a place where green is, where you can get a lot of value from your champions, where you can play a lot of 1 costs and stuff and get a lot of memory. So being able to play a lot of the 2 cost rookies is really nice in the list because you can memory choke your opponent and it's just really good value to play a card for 2. So speaking of our champions, we will take a peek at them now. So it's quite a normal champion base because red right now is really just quite strong in what it has for them. So we're running 4 Dark Tyrannomon. This card is really, really nice. Again, being able to memory choke your opponent on turn 1 is the main reason we use this, but also it just means that we can climb up the ladder of levels faster because it only costs 1 to Digivolve, which is pretty darn nice. Really, really good value. We are running 4 blockers, 4 of the base just base blockers that we have like available to us right now in 1.5. And the reason we're running 4, a lot of red lists right now are actually running 3 of this, but the reason we're running 4 is because we're running more of a little bit control-y, and it's nice to have that defensive aspect built in for that. We do have a few cards in here that are based on obviously removing things, because that's what Gallantmon does as well. It does have a removal effect in itself. But it's nice just to have this backup of Cordramon to be able to stop it. If you don't know what the blockers do, it's a 5 cost with a Digivolve cost of 2 on top of IE level 3, so on top of a rookie. It has a DP power of 6,000, and it has the blocker ability, but also the downside of when attacking, lose 2 memory. Good card is good. To finish off our champions, we have 3 Greymon. So, as I mentioned, a lot of lists are running 3 of this, and that usually means that they're running 4 Greymon instead. But we really like the more defensive aspect in this list, just this list specifically, to run the 4 blockers, because we think it's needed. Plus, 3 Greymon really is fine. Greymon is a play cost of 5, it has a Digivolve cost of 2, and a DP power of 4,000, which sucks a little bit because of what the meta is right now with Shine and Alter Rest being able to remove this easily. But it has a really nice inherited effect of simply security attack +1, which we can't complain about, and it's a really nice effect. And red is really good at just gaining that plus security attack. This can really shock your opponent at how fast you can dwindle them down with security attack plus. It's nice. Looking at our ultimates now, we are running 4 Labo Gallantmon. Okay, said that with a question mark. I really love this card. It's a 7 cost vanilla with a Digivolve cost of 2, which is amazing for an ultimate. But the reason I really love this card is because it's 8k DP, its base is 8,000 DP. And that's good because other ultimates right now in the game are usually 7,000 or 6,000. And just being able to swing over them when you are red is really nice because, to be honest, red I think is the deck that I always find myself getting attacked by their ultimates, because they can just get like value from doing that with running cards such as this, and it just again helps you get there and helps you get to your megas faster because it costs 2 to Digivolve, which is just pretty darn nice. For our other ultimates, we are running 2 Skull Greymon. So as a person who's played a lot of other TCGs, I'm not one for tech cards, but in the Digimon TCG, I genuinely think it's needed now, and these are pretty darn nice. And the reason that I think tech cards are very strong is because you're drawing so much in the Digimon TCG, because your Digivolving is always drawing you cards, so you're usually going to be able to draw into those tech options, and Skull Greymon can do bits at times. So it's a 7 cost with a Digivolve cost of 3, DP power of 7, and it has the on-play effect of delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. Now, this is really nice because there are some bigger cards now with blocker, and if you're playing against, for example, black, it can be really nice just to remove them. So this can really come in handy if you're playing against someone who's got a mega out with the blocker ability as well. And that's why we like 2 of it. It's one of those where we wouldn't run 4 because it doesn't come up all the time, but when it does come up, it's nice to be able to have it. Having options is what is good in this game. To finish off our ultimates, we are running 3 Metal Greymon. So Metal Greymon's a card that you probably haven't seen since set 1, but we really like it because we think that the deck really needs to be able to just play its things on its turn and still swing on its turn, for example. So it's a 6,000 play cost with a Digivolve cost of 3 on top of level 4. It has a DP power of 7,000, and it has the when attacking ability of gain 3 memory, and at the end of the turn, lose 3 memory. So yes, you are gaining 3, which is nice, and the reason we do it, as I mentioned, is because then we can get more plays off. We can play a metal, swing into something or swing at security, gain 3 memory, and then on top of it we can play a mega and still be able to do our turn, etc. Or we can put it on something else. There's the downside that your opponent's going to gain 3 additional memory, which is a bit sucky, but at the end of the day, it's for that, so you can continue your plays. And sometimes this can be game, because gaining that additional memory means that you're not going to be it's not going to be on your opponent's turn straight away, and they are pretty darn good. Looking now at the megas, we have mentioned Gallantmon a lot in this list, and that's because he's the main folk. Gallantmon is a really nice SR, and it was from set 1. It is a play cost of 12, a Digivolve cost of 4,000. Digivolve cost of 4,000? No, a Digivolve cost of 4 on top of a ultimate. It has a DP power of 11, which is a bit Yeah, you really need that power boost that the deck has like built in. Otherwise, you can just not be able to swing into things. But it has the really nice abilities of when Digi-evolving. If you have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. This is really nice because you can remove pretty much, I think, no, that is every champion in the game with this effect. Also, you can even delete some ultimates. For example, I know for a fact that a Angelomon for yellow has 6,000 DP as a ultimate, and just being able to remove something like that is really nice and can help to slow your opponent down, especially when it's the when Digivolving effect. It also has the when attacking effect of trash one of your opponent's security cards for every 10 cards in their trash. If you are attacking with this when you're late game, you can pretty much just wipe out your opponent's security cards. It's really nice, and it effectively turns into security attack plus, but because it's trash, it means they don't get the added value from all the security cards that we have in the game right now. And also, a lot of decks right now are running things such as like Digimon, security Digimon, where when they get checked, they get to play them. This completely gets around that because it trashes them instead of playing them. I really like this card, and to be honest, that artwork, let's be honest, look at that artwork. Fantastic. Who doesn't love that? Let's take a look at our other megas. We are running 2 Phoenixmon. I feel like Phoenixmon always ends up in lists for red right now for us, because we've mentioned as well that Digivolve cost of 2, just being that cheap compared to other things in the game right now, is just really, really nice and helps you extend your plays, / helps you lock your opponent's memory. So Phoenixmon is a vanilla with a play cost of 10, it has a Digivolve cost of 2, and it has 12,000 DP base power, which is really nice because if you have your rookies giving you power or your baby giving you power, then it's going to be 13 and can swing over most megas in the game right now. Pretty darn nice. To finish off, it wouldn't be a red list without Volcanic Dramon. We are running 1 Volcanic Dramon because it's a really nice fail-safe against Rookie Rush, and just to be honest, it's good against in some scenarios in general. It is a 11 cost play cost. It has a Digivolve cost of 3,000 and a DP power of 10. It has security attack +1 built in, which is really nice added on because it also has an amazing effect of on play, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. Can't complain about this card. It does bits, and drawing into this when you need it is beautiful. Punishing your opponent for going so wide is really, really, really nice, and things you love to see. So looking at the last of our Digimon right now, we have 2 Omnimons. Omnimons are fantastic right now and still are something that you need to watch out for. So it is a 15 cost, which you don't want to do. It has a red or blue 6 cost on top of a Mega level 6, and it has 15,000 base DP. It has the when Digivolving effect of choose one of your opponent's Digimon, delete all your opponent's Digimon that share a name with it. Can really punish your opponent if they get a lot of blockers out, for example. That's usually the case that I find myself because most blockers right now obviously are the same. But it also has the amazing effect of when attacking, you can unsuspend this Digimon by returning one of this Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. So it has that built-in aggression too, which is just nice. Removal and aggression. It really is the pinnacle of what Digimon is right now. And it still just does its absolute bits. And that's why we're running 2 of it. We are looking at the only options cards that we are running in this deck, and that is 4 Gaia Force. So a lot of lists right now haven't been going as heavy on the Gaia Force, maybe running 2, maybe running 3, but in this deck, we really, really love to see it. We really want to try and get one of these in our security, and just drawing into them and being able to remove really annoying targets is really nice. It's an 8 cost options card with the main effect of delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It also has the security effect of activate that main effect. So again, we talked about this before on the channel, but this really is bread and butter. It does what it says on the tin. It deletes one of your opponent's Digimon, and that really can be even more impactful than it's the simplicity of it. Just being able to remove something that's extremely difficult for you to get rid of is fantastic, because this can be the middle ground, all right, the far end of things that you can't reach when things like your Gallantmon can't remove it, or if you don't have an option to Omnimon right now. So Gaia Force just really, really gives you that option to remove something if it's really, really sticky. And we're finishing off the list by looking at our tamers. We are running 4 Kais, but we're running 2 separate Kais. So we're running the 4 cost Tai and the Tai from the trial deck. So we'll look at the 4 cost Kai. tie, sorry, it being of course, a 4-cost play cost with the start of your turn effect of if you have 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3. It also has the during your turn effect of all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1. So this is really nice because, as we've mentioned in the list already, gaining security attack is pretty darn nice. We want to be able to swing for our opponent with a few security attack on it, if possible, to really scare them into thinking, wow, this game could be over faster than expected. Also, that memory stops your opponent from memory choking you, which is really important to get home. And finishing the list, again, we have the tie from the starter deck. So the starter deck tie has the ability of, during your turn, all of your Digimon get plus 1000 DP. So it's simple, but we really like this card because it adds value to the deck in the simple form of small DP power, but it's a play cost of 2, so we can choke our opponent. Also, we can get a tamer out for really cheap, which is important because you need a tamer out for Gallantmon. And yeah, it's really darn nice, and we can't like fault this at all. We really like the list of 2 and 2 for our tamers. But yeah, that is the Gallantmon list. If you have enjoyed the video, then please take the time to pop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope you have a great day. Thanks.
Crit Hit Games are a gaming cafe that specialise in everything tabletop, whether your passion be D&D, whether it be board games, or whether your passion be card games like us. Crit Hit has something for you. What they also have is a store. Once COVID regulations have passed and we can all go back, I would recommend visiting in Liverpool. That store has some of the most friendly and welcoming staff that you could ever ask for. So guys, please go and support Crit Hit, especially because they're supporting you. What they have done is they've gone out on their own and they've supplied us with a discount code for you all. What the discount code is Crit Hit DigiTeam. I'll leave that on the screen for you. So go through the store, pick up your miniatures, put that in at the checkout, and you're all ready to go. So, see you next time, guys.